Commander-in-Chief Barack Obama signed the Veterans Health Care Budget Reform and Transparency Act into law Thursday. Before signing the bill, President Obama said it will give the Veterans Administration a working budget to increase services.
For the VA, this means timely, sufficient, and predictable funding from year to year. For VA hospitals and clinics, it means more time to budget, to recruit high-quality professionals, and to invest in new health care equipment. And most of all, for our veterans, it will mean better access to doctors and nurses and the medical care that they need.
President Obama said he and Veterans Administration Secretary Eric Shinseki are building a 21st century VA that will include electronic health records, rural mobile clinics, and more money for health care. And Admiral Michael Mullen says change is constant and leadership is key during these challenging times of war. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs held a question and answer session with troops at Yongsan Garrison in South Korea Thursday. Admiral Mullen talked about the shift in focus from Iraq to Afghanistan, where the rising insurgency is making for a tough fight that's tough on troops.
Because of the stress on the force, and we look at coming down in Iraq over the next year, year and a half, and certain force levels in Afghanistan, which we're going to have to sustain, and looking particularly on the Army and the Marine Corps side, who are the most stressed forces, that we can get dwell time up to 1 to 2, or basically you're home twice as long as you are deployed. And we're not there yet in either service, although we're starting to move in that direction.
Admiral Mullen also challenged troops to become better leaders and not succumb to the pitfalls associated with deployment. The chairman also said officials are devising different ways to better promote service members. And during the second day of his visit to the Republic of Korea, Defense Secretary Robert Gates also met with troops at Yongsan. Petty Officer Christina Moore has the latest.
The alliance between the U.S. and the Republic of Korea is as strong as ever. That from Secretary of Defense Robert Gates. During a town hall meeting Thursday, he said the U.S. will be there to support its Korean allies, even if the security relationship between the U.S. and Korea changes.
Even as it evolves and transforms to suit the new security realities of this uncertain and dangerous new century. At the outset, I want our Korean allies to know America will continue to stand with you, shoulder to shoulder, as a close friend and reliable partner.
Secretary Gates also reminded America's troops in Korea that although the U.S.'s attention is focused on Iraq and Afghanistan, they too are a vital part of national security.
You are the latest in a long line of American warriors who first fought and then stood watch on this, one of the few remaining frontiers of freedom left over from the last century's epic struggle. And I thank you for it.
Secretary Gates said the town hall meetings and the audience of both U.S. and Korean armed forces symbolized the close ties between the two countries, ties he described as being forged in a crucible of blood, heartbreak, and shared sacrifice nearly 6 decades ago. Reporting from the Pentagon, I'm Petty Officer Christina Moore.
The United Nations has begun delivering ballots and voting kits across Afghanistan in preparation for the November 7th runoff election. The kits started arriving Thursday. President Hamid Karzai will face his opponent Abdullah. Auditors threw out nearly a third of Karzai votes, reportedly due to fraud. Defense Secretary Robert Gates said it's important to have the runoff for clarity, then continue to move forward in Afghanistan. Coming up ahead on Around the Services, teen pilot, see how the military helped one brave boy achieve his dream in the skies. But first, woven details. For Iraqi women, this ancient art is opening doors to the future. Stick around, Sergeant Ted McDonald is back with more.